Unable are the loved to die, for love is immortality. Emily Dickinson. You don't know about Maggie. You don't know that years ago, I carried a little girl in my womb. For 20 weeks, I cherished my unborn baby and dreamed of the bright future ahead. Then I got sick, so very sick. After a week in the hospital, I returned home to the 1970s single-wide trailer with the Bordello red shag carpet. I brought with me flowers and cards and breasts aching with milk. I did not bring home Maggie. Dear Maggie, I write a letter to you every October because that's when you were born. This year it occurred to me that if I'd carried you to term, your birthday would actually be in the springtime. For some reason, that makes my heart a little lighter. I've been thinking about you lately, about what it would be like to have a 12-year-old daughter. To be honest, I find the idea downright terrifying. Boys would be interested in you. You would probably be interested in boys. And Justin Bieber. I guess technically he qualifies as a boy. You probably make me take you to the midnight showing of every Twilight movie. A shudder just passed through my body. But all might not be lost. Maybe I could convince you to listen to a little bit of Muse or a few bars of the Black Keys. We could watch Pitch Perfect together and swoon when Jessie takes the microphone for the first time because, oh my gosh, Skylar Astin is so adorable. I often imagine what your personality would be like. I envision a real chatterbox, a girl I'd nickname Magpie. That'd probably piss you off, and every time I called you that in front of your friends, you'd say, Mom, in that way that only tweens and teens can use to express utter mortification with their mothers. And that would make me do it more often because I'm pretty much the most awesome mom ever. 4 months ago, I got my first tattoo. It's a magpie, and the words Alis volat propris, Latin for she flies with her own wings. It reminds me of you. I smile every time I see it. Would you be a reader like I've always been? I'm pretty sure at 12 I was going through my Sweet Valley High phase. Yes, I just publicly admitted that. At least it wasn't the Babysitter's Club. Would you be an athlete? That would be unusual given the complete disinterest your father and I have in sports. But we'd encourage whatever you pursued. We'd want you to be well-rounded and happy. We'd even learn the rules for whatever sport you played so we could properly cheer you on. Cheer. Oh, hell, what if you became a cheerleader? Do they do that at 12? That's still too young, right? Or do they do some sort of junior cheer crap? Wait. Deep breaths. I just got worked up that my dead daughter might want to be a cheerleader. It's possible I have some issues. 12 was a terrible age for me. I felt ugly and lonely and picked on and sad. I withdrew into myself and hid in my books. What if you felt ugly and lonely and picked on and sad? How could I bear it? How could I possibly handle your pain? The thought is overwhelming. There are times I look around at the 12-year-old girls around me, and I think that God knew what he was doing when he took you from me. I'm not cut out to raise a girl, much less a prepubescent one with hormonal mood swings. I feel terrible when those thoughts enter my head. I should never think you being gone is for the best. Never. I imagine your relationship with your little brothers. Gabe is 7 now, and a wonderful, though quirky kid. He's been diagnosed on the autism spectrum, you know, and I wonder if he'd annoy the living daylights out of you with his endless questions and complete lack of respect for personal space. I hope you'd see and embrace the beauty in him. Gideon is 5, and he's pretty easygoing as long as he's getting his way. He has such a loving nature and wants to be everyone's friend. I think he'd be your little buddy. I hope you'd be patient with him as he talked your ear off and told you about his new friends and sang the songs he learned in preschool yesterday. During the last year, I've told your brothers all about you. Gideon asks where your house is and when he'll get to meet you. He wants to buy extra toys so you can play with them when you're alive again. I think he's a little bit young to grasp the whole death thing, but Gabe mostly gets it. When I found out I was pregnant, I hoped for a lifetime to watch you grow. I thought I'd rejoice at your first words and grow weary of your teenage chatter. I'd watch your hesitant steps as a toddler, then your initial wobbly steps and heels. I expected to grin at your first toothless smile and wince at the bill for your braces. I wanted laughter and dancing and joy so incandescent it lit up the world. I didn't expect questions like, would you like pictures? Would you like handprints and footprints? Would you like to have a burial? Or would you like us to take care of her remains for you? I've rapidly learned that motherhood is rarely what I expect. 12 years. 12 years is a long time to miss someone. I don't cry as much these days, but that doesn't mean I don't miss you. It just means I've learned to live without you. It's a terrible thing to learn. I miss you so very much, Magpie. Love.